Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Backlash Aftermath Special. We talk about what went down at Backlash. I want to show you what went down coming up. We know that Roman Reigns defended the World's Heavyweight Championship against his cousin, Jacob Fatu, left a lasting impression on Jacob. With this unfinished business between Jacob and Roman, we'll get to it as we get the pro wrestling show started right here, right now for the Backlash Aftermath Special. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show for the Backlash Aftermath Special. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here for. We used to do the Backlash review, but we're going to do something new called Aftermath. Well, this is the Backlash Aftermath after WrestleMania. Join in the conversation. You can hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right. Let's not waste no time whatsoever. Let's get things started right here, right now, with the Backlash review. Let's put that news up. All right, we get things started with this. We know that Backlash was that with Jacob Fatu and cousins Roman, one of his cousin Roman, and we didn't see the Usos, so we'll get that a little bit later. Let's get this right here. Braun Breaker versus Seth freaking Rollins. This rivalry has been personal ever since after WrestleMania. Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins have been in a collision course, and tonight that collision course came into fruition after when Braun Breaker did to Rollins weeks on Raw, embarrassing Seth Rollins week after week, and Braun Breaker returned after WrestleMania to get his measure of revenge on Seth Rollins by pulling him out. Well, tonight at Backlash wasn't nothing new or nor different. Tonight led the Primrose Path of what went down. Seth Rollins came out there in some anti-black gear. Seth Rollins came out there to show the world that he wants to take down Braun Breaker. And he tried to, just wasn't enough for Seth. Seth did all he could do throughout the whole entire match. There was a difference between Braun was getting momentum with sprint, dominance, and everything else. Braun hit his lucky spear and got the victory over his mentor, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins feeling defeated tonight over Braun Breaker. Paul Heyman standing over Seth Rollins. You got to wonder what's next with Seth Rollins and will Seth Rollins even be the same after losing to Braun Breaker. That's going to be the question that Seth Rollins might have to ask himself that question. But as we said, and I had to predict it, Braun Breaker was going to win, and he did win. Braun Breaker wins over Seth Rollins by defeating Seth Rollins tonight at Backlash. So we saw that. Yeah. Also, too, we get to this right here. Special match that was added at Backlash. It was Trick Williams defending his United States Championship against Sami Zayn. Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn for the U.S. Championship. This was a WrestleMania rematch. Trick won the U.S. title from Sami at Mania by defeating Sami, winning the United States Championship. Can we show that picture, please, right quick? That Trick won the title at Mania. Well, this is Trick Williams in his celebration with young rapper Young Lottie winning. But Trick Williams won the United States Championship at Mania from Sami Zayn. And it was a rematch. Sami Zayn wanted to be that grizzled old veteran that didn't want to stand away and stand by while Trick Williams was getting momentum. Trick Williams has been gaining momentum. But they added this irrelevant, the gingerbread man. Well, Trick Williams really got set up by Sami Zayn when Sami attacked Trick Williams and left Trick from behind, dressing as the gingerbread man. Sami Zayn invoked his rematch clause for the United States Championship over Trick by ruining his celebration. Trick didn't like that. Trick accepted the rematch. The rematch was that tonight, so we can get to it right quick. What Trick had did, and this would happen. Like that, but I want to show you that Trick Williams did defeat Sami Zayn in a hard fought matchup. Trick Williams getting the victory over Sami. Even had raining dollar bills. Dollar bill, y'all. Came over. Trick Williams retained his United States Championship. And Trick Williams beat Sami Zayn in his own game. Trick Williams keeps the momentum going. This was the first two matches under the ESPN2 channel. We saw really got really interesting. Trick Williams retains his United States Championship, and he knew what he was going to do. Trick Williams keeps that momentum going. Well, for the after the ESPN app was the tag team match. Danhausen teaming up. Danhausen teaming up with a mystery partner to take on The Miz and Kit Wilson. Many people thought it was going to be CM Punk, Powerhouse Hobbs, Royce Keys, Shane McMahon. It was a whole bunch, but this whole rivalry started when Danhausen interrupted The Miz and came to his house everywhere Miz was going. Danhausen was causing misery for The Miz and his wife, Maurice. And Danhausen keeping himself, enjoying company and stuff. But Danhausen tried to do that. Danhausen tried to do that by getting the victory at WrestleMania. Danhausen did try to interrupt Miz, but Danhausen got attacked from Miz from behind until Nick Aldis came out there and told Danhausen, "Hey, find you a partner and you can go against the Miz and Kit Wilson to be even." Well, that happened tonight. Tonight, as we saw right here. I want to show you that right quick with Danhausen and the Miz. But Danhausen brought a tag team partner. It was his mini me that came out there to help. Danhausen and his mini me tried to do comedy stuff, and it was comedy gold. Even the mini me trying to escape. Kit Wilson had them little did he know that Danhausen had multiple mini me's came out there for WrestleMania. They came out there and attacked Miz, but Danhausen and his mini me got the victory over the Miz and Kit Wilson. So Miz and Kit Wilson no longer going to be terrorizing Danhausen and his friends. I can tell you that right now. Danhausen getting the victory, him and his mini-me. I thought it was going to be Shane McMahon, but it wasn't Shane McMahon. So that didn't end up being that way for Danhausen and for Miz and Kit Wilson. Well, we get this right here. Another match at Backlash that happened. Iyo Sky versus Asuka. Iyo versus Asuka. These two women were once best of friends. Now they're the worst of enemies now. Iyo and Asuka had respect for each other, but those days have went and gone. I told you beforehand, Asuka and Iyo have a face to face meeting, which that didn't work out for Iyo's favor. Iyo got blowed with poison mist, blinding her, temporary blinding her to what she was going through. Well, we get to the match right here, and this was the match. Uh, Iyo versus Asuka. The match that was as well. Iyo versus Asuka. As I'll show you this crucial moments of the match right here. That Asuka tried to blow that miss right in Io's face. Iyo prevented, and she was well aware of what went down. It blew in Wade Bear's computer. Wade Bear might have to buy Asuka might have to buy Wade Bear a new computer. It happened. You saw right here the hug, the embrace, but you saw right here Asuka got defeated by Iyo Sky. Asuka may have to realize too that Iyo Sky is the one. Asuka gave Iyo her flowers and her respect for defeating her. Now Asuka may turn babyface. We don't know if this one might be Asuka's final run or what. Asuka leaving everything out. Iyo did too, but Iyo come victorious and embrace with a hug from Asuka to bury the hatchet. They did bury the hatchet indeed. So good for Iyo and Asuka on their situation that they had did as well. So we'll see with that, and Asuka. Well, speaking of that, you see this man right here, John Cena. John Cena had a major history making announcement. What was the history making announcement? Was it going to be the WWE draft coming back? Was it going to be WrestleMania location? John Cena been teasing about he wanted London in WrestleMania. We're going to get a huge announcement from Cena. What was that huge announcement was? And John Cena came out there. John Cena um, came out there to tease the announcement. He made an announcement that really nobody don't really caring much about, but he wants to bring something new. This what Cena had wrote right here. My time in WWE has been filled with defining moments where I was away from what will be another see you tonight at Backlash. So Cena was trying to tease something that we really don't need more. He wants to bring a John Cena classic, like a championship. You mentioned over Fenby. This is Chat GPT uh, generated version of what it could look like. I mean, I'm not too crazy about it, but John Cena wants to bring a tournament classic name in his honor. Go right ahead, but I mean, it really ain't gonna make no difference or nothing like that to me. It's like the championships they got already should be more important than just a tournament just to garner interest. But they ain't gonna really do that. So I think John Cena should have really thought about that and said, you know what, we don't really need a classic. We need something that's gonna garner interest. And I think it was kind of like trying to scramble for any idea. And they said, well, John Cena, his man like to use John Cena. They tried to, but it just wasn't. It ain't panning out to me. It ain't, but to each his own. But they said it's gonna be a John Cena classic in an event. So we'll see when the event is, and John Cena will put his money where his mouth is to fund the event for this tournament classic for his championship belt. We'll see. Well, John Cena said this. We are ready for the main event. The main event at Backlash was Roman Reigns, as you see right there. Roman Reigns defending his world championship against his cousin Jacob. Roman and Jacob had their feud started after WrestleMania. Jacob won against Drew. Roman won against CM Punk. We haven't seen Drew and CM Punk in a couple of weeks. Well, it looks like the feud turned to them. It's Jacob using that that Tongan Death Grip. It's kind of like a claw. So and Roman Reigns passed out, didn't even know what to expect and what to think of Roman Reigns and his cousin Usos trying to warn Jacob. We haven't saw the Usos neither. What's going on with the Usos? They're trying to use their street life that Roman Jacob likes to use. He's in the streets. But Roman Reigns, the world champion, in his first championship defense, went against Jacob. No one, nowhere in sight was the Usos. We haven't seen the Usos. Um, this is pitch right here of Jacob Fatu getting ready for himself in this big championship match that Jacob said that he wants. He wants to be world champion to put food on the table for his family and wants to take away from Roman's kids, which we haven't seen Roman's kids in quite some time. We haven't seen them yet. But the world championship match was that Roman Reigns defending the world title against Jacob Fatu. Throughout the whole entire match, Jacob Fatu tried to use that tongue and death grip. Just wasn't enough. Roman had to use the exposed turnbuckle to pin and get the win over Jacob with the spear. Roman Reigns brutally survived that one, but Jacob Fatu continued on trying to battle Roman and trying to make an example out of Roman. Roman really he couldn't handle Jacob Fatu with that grip. This is what Roman had wrote before the match. He said, Jacob will always be family, but after tonight, you will understand why they chose me. You will understand why I am one of the one. You will understand why I'm the head of the table at Backlash. You will acknowledge your tribal chief. I don't know because Jacob is a loose cannon. He's an animal that's ready not to be ready to be tamed yet. And I think Roman Reigns may have some unfinished business with Jacob. I think vice versa. So we're gonna really keep a very close eye on this one and see how everything will progress this Monday on Raw. And see if anything shows differently because we don't know when Roman Reigns will return back. We know June was he said he's gonna be working all summer, but I don't see it. Jacob might have to take Roman out. And where were the Usos? The Usos was not nowhere to be found tonight. That's the question that everybody wants to know. Where was the Usos? Jacob probably called them. Jacob was still on the phone with somebody. Who could this person be on the phone? Jacob Fatu has put as a close confidant. So, like we said, where was the Usos? We haven't seen the Usos. It just didn't pan out the way it should have panned out. But we're gonna keep a very close eye on this and see what's going on. Jacob Fatu beat down and attacked his cousin and left him out of land. Well, we're gonna keep an eye. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Backlash Aftermath Special. I've been your host, Kendrick Dixon. So long. We'll see you Monday for the Raw Ring Report as well as other ring reports throughout the whole entire week. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing to be notified. So thank you for watching. I'll see you Monday for the Raw Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show.